Welcome to another English language clinic. I keep forgetting this, Emilia. What's going on? Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. So this time we're synchronized. You're the how are yous. We're just doing it one after the other. Right.
It's getting better.
We're getting better. Right. So basically today it's all about speaking. And you were just saying about think of I can't believe you actually said this. You said that think of the IELTS assessor as not being a monster.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, IELTS examiners are English teachers with a lot of experience of teaching English as a foreign language. So most likely they have worked with people from your country. Maybe they even worked and lived in your country. They usually travel a lot. In other words, they know people from all over the world speaking different languages. I think it's
A
difficult to
human.
be an English teacher and not to be a people's person. And so, we may think that an examiner is some kind of not human,
Okay.
or when the nerves get hold of us, then we think, oh, it's a monster. It's somebody who's there to listen for all my mistakes. It's actually the other way around. IELTS examiners are trained to find everything that's good about your English so they can give you the highest score possible.
Yeah.
And they are most of the time really nice people. I think most of them are at least as nice as I am.
Basically trying to say that they're human and they're actually there not to set you to fail, but they're
Yeah.
there to set you to pass if you are giving
Yeah.
those points. So they're
Yeah,
actually there to give you the marks.
Yeah, I think this is maybe, your previous experience or some really bad experience from early childhood or something when you thought that the teacher was there to get you, and it's
Oh,
not like that.
it's not
It's
like that.
they don't listen for mistakes. They literally listen for everything that is good about your English as you speak, and they want to give you the best score possible.
Oh, that's very reassuring to hear. I mean, if students who are watching, guys, if you're watching this is supposed to be very reassuring for you. Emilia, she's very experienced in this field. She does know what she's talking about because she is experienced in terms of being an assessor. So she's speaking from the other side of the fence. Now, what's this got to do with UK Bright Education? As you know, we are a UK university admissions service. So if you'd like a admission for a master's, bachelor's, pre-master's, or pre-bachelor's course, UK Bright Education, we're here for you. Emilia, do you want to say what you do with your page and your services?
Well, I am passionate about helping people prepare for the IELTS exam mostly, and I see it through the lens of the IELTS exam is preparing them for something else. So I prepare you for the IELTS exam and what's beyond it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically, we're both here as a team. We're here basically for the betterment of the student, of the viewer. So that's
Yes.
you. So basically, IELTS or other SALT secure English language test may be required. So you can apply the points which Emilia makes today to the exam that you're about to
Yes.
sit.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to dispense. Sorry, Emilia, you're going to say something.
No, yeah, it's everything that we've talked about so far and everything we're going to talk about today and possibly in the future live calls can be applied to other exams. So
Yes.
stick
Brilliant.
around.
Well, here's your PowerPoint. So off you go.
All right. So it is the IELTS speaking test today or tonight, and I'm going to tell you about what the speaking test looks like. So a brief test summary. I'm going to give you best tips for all the parts of this test and tell you why they are important and also how to practice. So the IELTS speaking exam is usually taken on the same day in the afternoon. Sometimes different test centers invite their candidates to come to the speaking exams before their main exam, so it may happen either way. And the speaking exam is a face-to-face interview with an examiner that lasts between 11 and 14 minutes. The test is recorded. So in the test room, there will be you, the examiner, sitting right in front of you, possibly a table between you, and a recorder. And there are 3 parts to this exam. So the first part is the interview. It's the introduction and the interview. It's 4 to 5 minutes. And the second part is I call it a presentation. So this is the shortest part of the test. This is when you speak on your own for 2 minutes, and you need to prepare. You have time to prepare for it. And then in the third part, you have a discussion with the examiner. So each part is designed to sort of level things up. And the first part is an introduction where you sort of warm up, talking about yourselves, talking about the things that and people that are near and dear to you, your immediate sort of life experience. The topics can be anything from how you spend your free time, how you learn, food, reading, listening to music, anything goes, anything that is considered sort of everyday life of an average human being. The second part is over to you. Basically, you're given a question with some supporting questions to help you organize your speech, and then you speak for 2 minutes. You still talk about yourself. You could talk about your favorite book, for example, or your favorite type of food, your favorite day in a week, or favorite time of the day, of the month, of the year. Describe some kind of situation or a person or an object. The third part is where things go a little bit more abstract and general. So this is where you don't talk about yourself anymore. And this is where the examiner will usually ask you a little bit more complex questions to make sure that they can give you the highest score they possibly can. So this is where you stretch. This is where you're stretched. So my best tip for part 1. There will be 8 to 12 questions focused on you, your interests, your work, your life, etc. The idea is to extend your answers. This is something that everyone talks about a lot. However, usually due to nerves or due to receiving advice that was a little bit too general without the why and how to do it, some students speak for too long. And so my advice would be to make sure that you answer each question using 3-4 sentences. So this gives you an opportunity to expand on your answers, justify them, illustrate them without sort of waffling on for too long. In the IELTS test, why is it important? Because in the IELTS test, 2 things happen sort of opposite to what happens in life. If they ask you the question why too often, it's a signal for you to say a little bit more every time you're asked a question. So normally in life, we love if somebody asks us the question why, because they show us that they are interested in us and so on. And yes, I guess here something similar happens. It's a warning. If they ask you the question why too often at the beginning, this is a signal for you to say a little bit more. Part 2 of the test, this is where you get a topic on a card. And this topic comes with 4 supporting questions, usually starting with words such as what, who, how, why, when, where, to help you sort of organize your speech. So for example, if you're talking about your favorite book, it will be much more difficult to talk about your favorite book if you don't have those supporting questions. Your supporting questions could be, when did you start reading? What kind of books do you read the most? What is reading to you, and why do you enjoy reading so much? It's much easier to present the topic when you have those supporting questions to help you when you prepare. And so you have 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak without any sort of help from the examiner. So make sure you extend your answers to each of the 4 questions on the card, those supporting questions. So if you think about it, you have 2 minutes to speak, and so you can expand on each question for about 30 seconds. It's a good idea to practice this at home in front of the mirror with a stopwatch or looking at the clock, so you can feel what it's like to speak to sort of answer 1 question for 30 seconds. It's a really cool exercise to do because they literally help you succeed at this exam by giving you those extra questions. They could leave you with just describe your favorite book, but they give you those extra questions. So it's a very good opportunity. My experience says that every time a student says, okay, I'm ready, and they're not really ready. And then they usually have nothing to say after 30, 45 seconds, max a minute. And then there's that awkward silence because the examiner is still waiting for them to say something. So don't let that happen to you. Part 3 is, as I said earlier, focused on general abstract things. This is where you express your opinion, but you don't talk about yourself. So if the question is reading important? Don't talk about how your grandma taught you how to read, or how how important reading is in your family or to you specifically. It's a question about general ideas. So this is where you talk about the society, your generation, different generations, etc. So again, extend your answers. Make sure you answer each question using 3-4 sentences. But again, don't speak for too long, because the other thing that happens, sort of opposite to what happens in real life, you will get interrupted. We hate being interrupted. It's super jarring. So you don't want to be interrupted. You want to be in control. You want to be confident. And so make sure you extend your answers, 3-4 sentences, and then be quiet and wait for another question. Your brain will love you for it. It will have time to rest. You have time to take a deeper breath and to oxygenate your brain, so you perform better. And also, you don't have to think what to say next. The question will be given to you. So these are my tips. How do you extend your answers? So here, Afsana usually encourages everyone to take a snapshot. Please do. This is a brilliant way to start practicing this whole thing of extending your answers. We'll use the AREA acronym, which stands for answer, reason, example, answer. So this is an example here. We're talking about our favorite color. It could be a question in your exam. please do take a screenshot and then practice at home your favorite color, your favorite food, your favorite person, your favorite day of the week, your favorite season, and bonus practice your least favorite color, your least favorite food, your least favorite time of day of the week, etc. And you also need to be comfortable expanding on your answers when talking about the things you don't like or you don't know much about. I could speak about this forever, so I'll just give you another tip on how to practice. Do go to the BBC Learning English website and consider both grammar and vocabulary, but there is a brilliant pronunciation course on there where you can practice your pronunciation if you think you want to improve it. And a brilliant thing to check out is the news section. This is where you get all the current topics and lots of really, really good language. So I encourage you to try it. Finally, an invitation from me. IELTS in Short will happen again in February this time on Saturday the 17th at 8 a.m. UK time. It's a 3.5-hour class telling you everything you need to know about the whole IELTS exam. It's a brilliant way to start to introduce yourself to it, to make sure you know what it actually involves, and to start preparing. That's it from me. You have a discount for UK Bright Education students, a third of the original price, so that's £25 staying in your pocket. And here is my website and the Instagram account. You can contact me on Instagram. That's it from me. Please ask questions. You can contact me via Afsana, or you can find me on my Instagram. Send me a message. I will be delighted to answer your questions.
Oh, brilliant. Look, Emilia's being so nice. So basically, we have here very, very good opportunities for you. We have an experienced teacher who would like to help you with a course called IELTS. Is it IELTS in Short?
Yes.
IELTS in Short. Right. I need to ask you, I've been really holding myself to this. Which part out of the three is your favorite in the speaking exam? I need to know this because I have a favorite now.
What's your favorite? I want to know first.
My favorite is probably the last one because I'd be more creative in what I want to say. I think the last one, part 3. What about yours?
I hear you. I think I like all of them because for me, I like to meet the person. So the first part is like getting to know them, getting to know the person that is in front of me, and like I find out a lot about people this way.
Okay.
How they think, what their interests are, how they perceive reality, and so on. The second part I love because this is where I think this is the teacher in me that loves this part, because I can see how a candidate sort of expands on their answers and how they tell me a story. So again, I love listening to stories.
Yeah.
And then the third part, discussion, exchanging opinions and all that. So yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Favorite.
But the second part is quite good in the sense it's similar to part 3 because you're using all the W's, the what, why, when, where. So again, you still have to think on your feet for that one.
Yes, it's just you have that minute to prepare. So it's really helpful to have those extra questions, as I mentioned, and then to have some notes and like to have an idea how your presentation is going to go.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Emilia, for your time again. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Emilia is here. You've got her. You can see her Instagram handle there. Feel free to contact her with any questions you have. She's more than happy to help you. And if you'd like a UK university admission, all you need to do is to DM me direct, and we can take you through the process. Well, thank you again, Emilia. What's happening next week? Do we know?
I think we're going to talk about how IELTS if IELTS is your friend
or foe.
Or foe, or your enemy. Yes.
Oh,
it's going to be a
Oh
good
my
discussion there.
goodness, that should be a brilliant one. Okay, guys, so you know what it is. So next week we're going to do another live like this. It's on every Tuesday, so that's when we're both free. It'll be IELTS friend or foe. Let's see which one that is for you. Okay, then, my friends. Until next time, take care.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.